you've been haunted by lust since you were a kid, it's not just hormones. It's hell's assignment on your life. The enemy saw what you'd become if you ever got free. So he made lust your leash. Porn wasn't an accident. That childhood trauma, strategic. You were marked early, not because you were weak, but because you're dangerous to darkness. The devil doesn't attack what doesn't threaten him. And you, chosen one, were born to break chains, not wear them. Lust isn't just about pleasure. It's a weapon, forged to kill your legacy, delay your mission, and numb your fire. It's spiritual warfare in disguise. But here's the truth most men never hear. You can break free. You can rise. But not with discipline alone. You need a spiritual blueprint. You need divine strategy. Because without it, lust will bury you. In this video, I'm exposing the 5 hidden reasons chosen men struggle with lust, and how to fight back before it kills your calling. Because this war is real. And if you don't learn to fight, you will fall. The first reason chosen ones struggle with lust is because you're not just fighting your own urges. You're fighting your father's demons. Generational lust, generational shame, generational addiction. It's in your blood, and it's your job to break the cycle. The Bible says, "The iniquity of the fathers shall be visited upon the children." You didn't ask for this fight, but God allowed you to be born into it. Because you're the one He anointed to end it. Every time you open that sight, every time you say just this once, you're keeping that curse alive. This isn't harmless. This is war. And you've been chosen to kill what killed the men before you. But if you try to fight it without a blueprint, without the blood of Christ, you will fall, just like they did. But lust doesn't just hide in your bloodline, it hides in your pain. And the second reason most chosen men lose the war is because they never healed from the wound that made them weak in the first place. Reason 2, the wound that opened the door. That memory you buried, that abuse you never mentioned, that betrayal you brushed off, it didn't go away, it festered. It grew into a hunger. Lust became the bandage, pleasure became the painkiller. And now, you don't sin because you're evil. You sin because you're bleeding. But here's the trap. Lust doesn't heal you. It haunts you. Every scroll is a distraction. Every video is a sedative. And every orgasm is a scream for help. You weren't made to numb the pain. You were made to slay the source of it. But to do that, you must face the wound and give it to Christ. Reason 3, high calling equals high resistance. If you've been under constant attack, it's not because you're weak, it's because you're dangerous. The enemy doesn't waste ammo on men with no mission. He targets those carrying fire in their bones. Lust isn't just temptation, it's a strategic ambush. A trap to keep warriors asleep. Because if you ever walked in your divine authority, demons would tremble. So the devil hits early. He numbs you with porn, distracts you with pleasure, feeds you weakness and calls it peace. But inside you is something hell fears. A lion, a weapon, a kingdom builder. You weren't made for dopamine. You were made for dominion. And when you start fasting, training, and waging spiritual war, you don't just resist lust. You become a storm, a breaker of chains, a leader forged in holy fire. This battle isn't proof of failure. It's confirmation of your assignment. Now choose, stay sedated, or rise and reign. If you're serious about breaking free, course link in bio. This war isn't waiting. Reason 4, spiritual sensitivity. You feel everything. Pain, emotions, energy in the room. You're not broken, you're chosen. God made you sensitive, not to suffer, but to lead with discernment. But the devil, he hijacks that sensitivity. He poisons it with lust, because you crave real intimacy. But lust offers a cheap counterfeit, a screen, a body, a moment. It mimics closeness, but leaves your soul empty. It's not connection, it's corrosion. You weren't made to consume bodies. You were made to build a covenant. One woman, one mission, one legacy. If you lust, 100 women won't satisfy you, because your craving isn't physical, it's spiritual. That hunger in you, it's not for more women, it's for divine union. Real love, eternal purpose. The devil tempts your strength through your sensitivity. But that same sensitivity, when purified, becomes your superpower. Awaken the king in you. Don't trade your crown for crumbs. You've got fire in your spirit. Don't waste it chasing shadows. If this hits home, the war manual is in the bio. Let's finish this fight. Reason 5. The enemy knew you before you knew yourself. Before you ever prayed. Hell was watching. Before you touched a Bible, Satan already feared your voice. Because chosen men aren't random. They're marked. From birth, marked for war, marked for impact, marked for legacy. That's why your life's been hard. Betrayal, loneliness, addiction. This wasn't bad luck. It was an ambush, a demonic strategy to break you before you rose. The enemy saw your fire before you did, so he hit early. He attacked your identity, twisted your worth, distorted your story. Because if you ever found out who you really are, darkness would start losing ground. But God didn't give up on you. You're still here, not by accident, but by assignment. Now it's time to rise, time to draw your sword, time to break what tried to break you. You're not weak, you're just waking up. You were targeted, because you've been chosen. Link in bio. The blueprint is ready. This war doesn't wait. Bonus reason. Your family was marked to shake hell. You come from a bloodline the devil fears, not because of their sin, but because of their potential. Your family wasn't cursed by accident. They were chosen. Chosen to preach truth. Chosen to raise warriors. Chosen to set captives free. That's why Satan hit early. With lust. With shame. With confusion. With generational chains. Because if your family ever aligned with Christ, if they ever woke up to who they are, hell would suffer massive loss. The enemy didn't just attack you. He attacked your lineage. He tried to burn the tree at the root. But he failed. Because now you're rising. You were born to break the cycle. You were born to end the curse. You were born to restore the honor your family lost. This isn't just your battle. It's your bloodline's redemption. The fire of God is in your veins, and it will burn through every lie the devil planted, every wound, every stronghold. You are the breaker. You are the new beginning. Rise now, for your name, for your legacy, for your bloodline. Link in bio. This mission is generational. Final charge. The war is now. This is your moment. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Now the chains you carry, they're not permanent. The war you're fighting, you were born for it. Not to survive it, to conquer it. Lust didn't come to play, so stop playing with it. You've heard the reasons. You've seen the lies. Now the only question is, will you rise? Because Jesus didn't die for you to stay in bondage. He died to give you authority, to make you a warrior, to turn your pain into prophecy. This is not about perfection. It's about position. Positioning your soul under the blood. Positioning your life for the fight. Positioning your heart for victory. Because the devil fears one thing: a man fully surrendered. A man on fire for God. coming. Now get the blueprint. Train for